And we're back, guys. So let's get this stack. Take him to court. Oh, so I didn't talk about this last time. It's Dennis. So is this? I don't even feel like talking about it, honestly. If it comes out or if it comes back up again, we'll talk about it. Mr. Can't get it up. That's where I should be taking to court for slander and defamation of character. Lying on they dick that you never slept with his dirty ass. Exactly. At least not once he was infected. This week, people gonna find that out that a dentist was involved. So maybe I do need to talk about it. God damn it. So is this dentist I went to. I don't remember. I think somebody told me about him. But when I went, he was so nice. Oh my gosh, that man was so nice. So I thought, right? So I go and he told me that I need a root canal on like 4 teeth, right? So for the next 4 weeks, each week I went to the dentist and got a root canal, like literally every week. Only reason I took a break was because it was, or it might have been every 2 weeks, something like that. I know I was going back regularly to have these root canals. And it was Easter, and I told him that I was gonna wait because I wanted to be able to eat my food, 1:11 on the clock. So, but before I could even go to my next appointment, which would have been the last one out of the trio, the last one I went to, after I left the dentist, I went and I got me some Chipotle. Do you know I was eating the chip, which they chips is hard as fuck, okay, but I was eating my chips, and when I bit down, the tooth that he did the root canal on, it broke. And I was like, I called as soon as it happened, like, no, I need to come tomorrow and you need to fix this. So when I get there or whatever, they fix it, woo-de-woo. But then he tells me that, well, he didn't even tell me. It was the nurse in there. She was like, yeah, this is why you're supposed to have, you're supposed to put a crown on after you get a root canal. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she was like, yeah, if you get a root canal, you're supposed to get a crown. And I'm like, I didn't know that. Like, and here to come find out, crowns ain't even free. Crowns $500 a pop. I'm on my 3rd tooth that he done pulled. That never told me that I needed a crown after a root canal. I wouldn't have got the bitch. You could have pulled the motherfucker out for all I care. Okay? If you ain't never had a toothache, I wouldn't expect for you to understand. I will be gummy the gummer. If it means going through a toothache or having no teeth, rip it the fuck out. And this is exactly why I say that now. I refuse to get a root canal. No, take that bitch the fuck out. So after she tells me that, she like, yeah, she tell me whatever, go to the window and ask them. So I go to the window. I'm like, what talking about? So they print me out the paper telling me how much it is. Like, yeah, after root canal, you supposed to get a crown. Bitch, if I would have fucking knew that and knew that they was $500 goddamn dollars, I wouldn't have got not near root canal, let alone 3-4 of them bitches. And then every tooth, every tooth that man did a root canal on, it chipped, it broke, it's not there anymore. Like in less than like months, my teeth was just breaking away from the root canal that he did. So that's the story about my dentist. That's why I put it in here. Because I always felt like that was a setup. Even the first dentist that I ever went to that tried to do a root canal, he tried to do a root canal. And when he did the x-ray, you can tell that you can't get in, like it was, whatever it's called, calcified. You can tell from the x-ray that you can't drill in there to do a root canal. Do you know he still did it anyways, and he literally drilled out the whole back of my tooth. So I only had the front of my tooth. They put that filling in there, and of course that fell out just like it fell out of the root canals. That was years later, but still. And I just had the front of the tooth, remember? So I remember I was trying to snatch something open, and it snatched my little front of my piece of my tooth out. And then when I went back to try and talk to the man, he like pretty much told on himself, like, yeah, even when you can tell from the x-ray that you can't get in there, he like, I just wanted to try for you. Excuse me? You knew you wasn't gonna be able to do it, so you broke my real tooth and then filled it with putty for the putty to fall out a couple months later. That one actually lasted a while, but still. So that's why I don't got no teeth, and I be having toothaches and shit. I don't care. I don't want no work. Only thing I need you to do is pull that bitch out. DM and DF family partnered up to steal from them. And I don't give a fuck who feels some type of way. Gummy McGum out this bitch, and I still look better than a lot of you hoes. I don't give a fuck. If I had no teeth in my mouth, I'd still be the same. Invited you out, put something in your cup, and waited. So let's see. Let's get into your information coming into you soon. Okay, then. Bring that ass on. Knowingly about how these people was knowingly spreading HIV/AIDS. Ooh-wee. 10-year cycle. Something was a 10-year cycle. More than one sibling coming up against you. They needed me gone before, or sick before court. Caught red-handed in 4K. Going crazy over the fact that they can't stop you. Doing 80 and a 60 fucking ticket. I'm on my way. Going 10-year cycle is over. Passed over loved one left you plenty. So for a long time, these people been stealing. They throwing in the towel. Let me get one more. Crown chakra magic. Funky booty bitch. I'm cracking up. They throwing in the towel. They ain't doing this crown chakra magic no more. A funky booty bitch. Your ex's ex/current girlfriend. They sweating in the interrogation room. Oh, this Dennis is gonna will pass before prison. Give me one more here. 10-year cycle over. Gave the nigga back and her ass still watching. People finding out they was never getting no money. They feeling stupid. Nationwide cult group. Ooh. Law officials coming in to question you. Going crazy over the fact that they can't stop you. Pointing out things that they was doing, saying it was you. So this funky booty bitch, this ex-girlfriend of an ex or their current girlfriend is throwing in the towel. Because the grandparent really did leave me plenty. And these people really did have this 10-year cycle on me. So what am I going to use to clarify? What are we going to get here? Should I just dive into the handy dandy notebook? Or what? Let's see. Somebody is trapped. And it's total drama action. Or somebody trying to trap me. It's why it's total drama action. Somebody feel like trash. They was partying, or they finding out that people was finding out that they was partying with trash. Now they sitting back watching the show go down, enjoying the gossip, or they was partying when they people thought that I was trash. This community pointing out things they was doing, saying it was you. Getting rooms and shit, saying it was me and it was really them. That's what they having a meeting about. Pointing out things like it was you. And they can't fake apologize. Or they don't want to. A water sign. Pointing out things that they was doing, saying it was you. It was a suicide mission. They should have been cautious. Or somebody want to commit suicide. They falling apart and falling into pieces. That's why they throwing the towel in. They getting checked. Throwing in the towel. A hater throwing in the towel. This hater is still trying to cover something up though. What they trying to cover up? That they was trying to alter me from my original course so they can steal it? What this hater trying to cover up? That they was keeping it a promise, or somebody promised them that they would be a celebrity. I'm cracking up. Passed over loved one left you plenty. And they was keeping that a secret. They was keeping me a secret. Passed over loved one left you plenty. That's what's supposed to bring me a new beginning. They was expecting for it to bring me a new beginning. But these people decided that they wanted to be haters. They wanted to put roadblocks up for me getting my gifts. This person that travels, so they hired him. Passed over loved one left you plenty. Red lipstick stain. Passed over loved one left you plenty. What's the red lipstick stain? Insecure. They knew that this passed over loved one left me plenty. They wanted me to be a red lipstick stain and to be insecure so that I would never reach my greatest potential. Remember, passed over loved one left you plenty, red lipstick stain. This cult, this family. And that 10-year cycle is over. And they is in their films. They is in their films. 10-year cycle is over. Of them going around saying that I'm crazy, diseased, and not special. Yeah, they can't hide either. They can't hide what they did. They can't run. They can't hide. They done got caught the fuck up. People was finding evidence. They got caught. Somebody got caught cheating. They got caught trying to take me up out of cheer. Something is dead. Something is over. This 10-year cycle. With them doing business with all these people. They in their feelings. They don't want to hear it. A bugaboo that I already know that they betrayed me. A fake friend. She tried to take me out. She was a part of this. She was missing something, saying that I was fighting. I would fight for this inside man. I actually divorced and broke that contract. They was unsure of something when we was dating. If I had debt from tantric sex, if I was diseased. Okay, I'm not even gonna shuffle. I'm not obsessed with somebody pointing out things that they were doing, saying it was you. Oh my gosh. So I thought about this earlier after I turned the camera off. So I think this whole time he was supposed to be ghosting me and not talking to me, thinking that I was carrying and pregnant and had his baby. Child. So this whole time he thought he was doing something. That's why he thought I was thinking about him and worried about him. Like, he know I'm pregnant. He not gonna call me. He know I got his baby and he ain't even gonna reach out or whatever. I don't know. But that's what I got earlier. This whole time he thought he was doing something, making me feel rejected and alone and deserted and like he left me and this child behind. Whole time, nigga, what, baby? Pointing out things that they were doing, saying it was me. Somebody was supposed to get a new start off of making me feel like that, and it's a no. Fake apology in the reverse. Oh, they want to give me a real apology now? They was just being jealous and envious. A mature woman. Fake apology in the reverse. It's crazy. Whoever this mature woman, this sister, she crazy. She was just jealous and envious of me. So she put this contract on me. Or because of my contract, my abundance pack, my soul contract. Jealous and envious of this passed over loved one that left me plenty, my unexpected money. So they didn't want me to be successful. What's the child here? This child, they thought we had this who told him that we had a baby, that my baby was his. I'm cracking up. And to not fuck with me, to ghost me, to just abandon me and the child so that they can get this money, so that they can steal, so that they can put me in my feelings to the point where their magic would work. Suicide. It was a suicide mission. Everybody been caught because I'm still moving into alignment. Everybody that thought they was going to come up, it was a suicide mission. They can't glamour something no more. That's the magical powers that they lost. Yeah, it's a no. It's still a no. Caution. Now this person is in danger. They got to be cautious because of my knowledge. Because I know what they did. I know that they was plotting and planning and scheming and scamming. Oh my gosh. Who we talking about? Who we talking about? Exactly. The one who was hired to make me feel abandoned. It's a no. They thrown in the towel. They didn't do they research, they dirt digging, invasive, nosy. This sibling that was projecting on me. They was just being invasive and nosy. They throwing in the towel now because they sick. What's the dirt digging? Somebody is looking into a earth angel. They didn't know to do they should have did their research. They would have found out that I'm an earth angel and somebody else wasn't a healer, and that this person is the one that's really mentally and emotionally unstable. Let's see. Let's put that back in here. This sister is actually the one that's the crazy one, bona fide by a doctor, and she was trying to steal from me and worked with all these people. Still wasn't able to emotionally manipulate me though. That's the only way they would have been able to come up, and here I am still moving into alignment. Regardless of what this backwards ass family did, their projections and shit. They didn't want me to have unconditional love. They wanted me to be going through destruction. That's the change that they tried to bring to me so that they could do this fraud in the background. Now things is changing for them. They're going through destruction because everybody knows that they're frauds. Backwards as fuck. Fake ass, phony ass, destiny swapping family full of devils. They got legal issues. Health concern. Or they said that I was sick so that they can get something out the courthouse. I need power of attorney over her. She's sick. They wasn't expecting for me to cut the whole family off. Starting with this divine masculine. What's blocked in the reverse? They had no access to block my access because I never was enamored with this person. That's why he tried to take me out. Entity attachment. They tried to give me an entity attachment because I wasn't obsessed with him. He figured if he give it to me, then where am I going? You sick and we got a baby together? We both sick together and we got a baby. We might as well stay together, right? And that's how that would have been his access point. That's how he would have had access. Health concern. Period. Getting me sick was how he got paid. Transition. Something is dead. They wasn't expecting for people to be talking about. Oh, I'm supposed to be dead. Supposed to be sick from an entity attachment. He was supposed to get some money and then he was going to take me up out of here. They weren't expecting for me to talk about it though. Remember, I'm supposed to be dead. But I chose to love myself instead of sticking around and letting him treat me bad. The fuck, 1717? What's the communication in the reverse? An empress, a mature woman? Who's this mature woman? She's scared. Why she's scared? Because I'm still alive and I'm telling the world what these people did. How they tried to sacrifice me to steal what her parents left to me. She's scared because she ain't know I was a starseed. Or this could be the pick-me asshole or the sister. The pick-me, the narcissist. Mature woman is scared. She didn't know I was a starseed, a rich guy. She didn't know a rich guy was a starseed. Who's this rich guy? The rituals is returning back to her and this rich guy. They ain't getting something out the courthouse. They can't glamour the courthouse no more. Divine feminine, they didn't know that I was a starseed, this rich guy, before he did this ritual, and that I would still move into alignment. So that must be the death magic. He going crazy. It's returning back. We seen earlier chaos magic is going back. And there's no confusion. Why? Enamor in the reverse. Because he sold the soul. He promised my soul to the devil and he came to deliver. Look. Somebody is not enamored with this Gemini. And they still trying to get married, and it's a no. This just came out in the last read. Who's this Gemini? She under judgment. Because she's not divine. She tried to steal it from me. The real one. And she can't confuse people. There's no trickery. She can't manipulate people anymore. She can't confuse people. Remember, the beauty spells came out in the reverse. They can't glamour people no more. About her being real. Everybody's gonna know she's a big fat phony. This pick-me asshole. This Gemini. She's a narcissist. A hater. And she tried to cover it up. How she was keeping a promise to this karmic masculine in this raggedy ass family. These two the ones who work together. And there's no confusion about it. This hater. They're all haters. They did too much. These haters did absolutely too much. Too much voodoo, and it's returning back to that ass. All that death magic to these emotional manipulators. It's returning back. cover up. And they trying to cover up that they going through karma for sending me the evil eye. They trying to cover up that they was sending me the evil eye. And still ain't able to bring me endings. Oh, it's never ending. Them trying to cover up that they was sending me the evil eye. Somebody lost their spiritual gifts and there's no confusion why. Endings in the reverse. They wouldn't ever bring me endings because I'm a divine being. And now people is moving on because they getting their shit rocked. And I'm still alive. Keeping a promise. Somebody was keeping a promise that they would do energy work. Or that they would be able to. Or that the work would work. And it's a no. Because once again, this person is not sweet, compassionate, or innocent. Remember, there's credentials. There's certain qualifications that you have to be in this line of work. This person is not of high honor. Exactly. They're not. Nothing special. They're actually a big fat phony. Bothered as fuck. Keeping a promise. What they was keeping a promise to do. Keeping a promise about a contract. What was the contract? The obligation. They agreed to something. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They can't block me because I'm not obsessed with somebody, remember? I'm not in my thoughts. Somebody spun an illusion that I was a witchy sister. People are finding out I'm actually the healer. And that these people did too much. They was just keeping a promise, a contract that they put on me, trying to sacrifice me. But they ain't able to block my access. They have no access to block my access. Remember, I outranked these hoes? I was never enamored with somebody, obsessed with somebody. They were actually enamored with me because of who I am. They didn't want me to go through a transformation and become, once again, my highest and greatest self. Celebrity. They ain't getting no money. Why they ain't getting no money? Because I'm speaking straight facts about what they did in order to get the goddamn money. I'm cracking the fuck up. I'm cracking the fuck up. Because I'm speaking straight facts about the lengths that they went to try and steal unexpected money. Period. Come through, Holy Spirit. All because they was jealous and envious. Might as well put these back. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Not done though. Girl. Throwing in the towel. Okay, so we got passed over loved one, left you plenty. Divine being. They left me a soul union. And these people didn't want me to be in touch with my ancestors. They tried to cut the cord to me and my ancestors, to the Most High God, by making me crazy, fucking with my intuition, because they didn't want me to go through an upgrade and get a transformation and a rebirth and know who the fuck I am, and that my grandparents left me what I needed to survive because they knew who the fuck I was gonna be. I was never in my thoughts, and somebody is not confused. There's no illusion. Passed over loved one, left you plenty. Somebody that's not my soulmate traveled. Somebody that's not my soulmate traveled to do a love spell. What they tried to achieve. They tried to steal what my grandparents left me. Who's this soulmate that traveled to do a love spell to steal? In the distant future, oh, they ain't do this yet. I'm cracking up. I'm cracking the fuck up. I am cracking up. She's scared. Why she traveling? She traveling to a rich guy? Who's the mature woman? She jealous and envious. Who's the rich guy? These the two. This the sister that worked with the rich guy. And they thought that they was going to come up. In the distant future, it's going to be found out that they traveled to do love spells. Or he did. And they worked together. And that this ain't my real sister, soulmate in the reverse. She just wanted to steal. Lusting after what my grandparents left me. Expecting a new beginning if they plan worked. She was expecting a house. She was expecting stability. But I didn't take a love offer. Again, I chose to love myself. New beginning. What's the house? Bothered as fuck. She bothered as fuck that I ain't take this dirty ass love offer from this dirty burning dick nigga. No confusion. No lies detected. Red lipstick stain. Crazy. They wanted me to be a whore and crazy. Well, that's who this girl is. This sister, she's the real whore. She's the real crazy one. That's why I'm not conflicted. That's why they wasn't able to bring me conflict. Because they said, remember, what they said was never about me. It was actually about them. Thief. A lusting thief. Lusting after being able to steal. What's the conflict in the reverse? They wasn't able to bring me no conflict to me not getting my abundance. Abundance in the reverse, or because it wasn't somebody's to begin with. That's what they tried to control. Who it go to? Now people is moving on. Or by getting people to move on from me, they didn't want me to get my abundance. So they tried to control who it went to. This grandparent that left me plenty. Like I said, but this person, it was never theirs. They're not the one of high honor. They're not the chosen one. They're not the one that the ancestors bestowed talent, beauty, and gifts to. Cult. This cult thought that they was going to have a new beginning, or they thought that I had a child by somebody, or this cult knew this about me since I was a child. They've been talking shit. Since I was a child, this cult been talking shit. Heavy on the cult. What's the child? Because they was trying to weaken my protection. They didn't want me to put up boundaries to them because they was bonding me in the background. What's the protection in the reverse? Or they not protected from what they did to me? Because I still healed. I'm the healer. Protection in the reverse. They wasn't expecting for me to put up boundaries to them and heal. I was never obsessed with them, these friends, this family, or this nigga. Gossip, talk, trash talk, lies. Invasive and nosy. Dirt digging. Trusted. So somebody that was talking shit about me, they finding out that I was never obsessed with this person. And that whoever was the one talking shit is not protected from what they said. I'm actually the healer. This person is a part of a cult. They was talking shit about me. Somebody did they research, and they finding out that I'm speaking straight facts about what I'm saying that these people did. A backwards ass Scorpio. But they trusted. They trusted these backwards ass parents, and now they're finding out that they're the devil. Surprise, surprise. And that they're a part of a cult. Surprise, surprise. I'm surprised too. No lie. I ain't gonna hold you. If anything, I'm probably more shocked than you, right? Yep. Well, that 10-year cycle is over. They can't hide what they did. Nothing is hidden. I'm not hidden. They done got caught up. People is finding evidence. Thanks to me standing in my power about how these people did all this business together in the background to try and take me out. I wasn't supposed to be here to communicate. I'm supposed to be dead. 10-year cycle over. With them trying to control me, gain control over what was left to me, make me crazy, make me sick, sending in these dirty ass, fake ass lovers, whatever. 10-year cycle is over. With them trying to make me not get what I deserve. For them trying to have control over what is mine. Gift in the reverse. Somebody lost their gifts. I'm not trapped. I'm not going to jail. That's how they know something is over. Somebody else died. What's the transition? Or they about to. They can't glamour people about how somebody died. The candle magic is returning back. Something is over with. Oh, because they're going through a backfire. Everything they send out is coming back. Because I'm the one with the access. Imprisonment in the reverse. Because I'm not backwards. I'm not trapped. They can't trap me. They said I was backwards, and that's a lie. People are finding out now. Gift in the reverse. They said I wasn't nothing special. They didn't want me to activate my gifts, my intuition. And the fact that I did got them scared. They didn't know. They didn't know. Or they didn't want me to know. What's the intuitive kid? Inner knowing, intuition. They heartbroken. that I activated my intuition, that I'm tapped in like this. They can't, that's why they can't hide from me. Hot on that ass. Boss. Period. That's why I'm not in remorse. I'm not guilty. Exactly. I'm not in no regret because y'all lied and tried to keep it hidden. Now it's not hidden no more that I'm the boss. The fuck? I'm the entrepreneur. I'm the money bags. I'm the big energy of the family. A nice guy's moving on. Or they kept it hidden. They kept that hidden from this nice guy that I was a boss because they wanted him to move on because they was in the background trying to control me. Who's this nice guy? Why he moving on? Because my finances is not blocked. So that means he ain't getting no money. He can't block my finances. So he can't get paid. Period. That's how he know I is who the fuck I said I is. Because he know his magic work, okay? They done got caught up and they don't got no protection. Caught up, getting caught cheating. Somebody is finding evidence on who, we ask? This mature woman in the distant future. Who's this mature woman? How she was working for the ops, knowing I'm not karmic. That's why the chaos magic is returning back. They're all getting karma. Mature woman. Who this mature woman? In the distant future, they're going to find out about a mature woman. Somebody is caught up. Me. Oh, they're going to find out that I'm the Empress, Divine Feminine. That's the evidence. What's getting caught up? Ooh-wee. That's to be trusted. They getting caught up by me. The fuck? Everybody who was doing business. Getting a room, hotel, motel, suites, business, pleasures and shit. These little freak-a-leaks having sexcapades and shit. And this is me speaking straight facts. Getting a room. I was never jealous and envious of these people. How, Sway? They were sending me the evil eye because of who I is. Ice Queen. I'm not in danger. I don't have to be cautious. They're not giving me no warnings that I need to stop doing what the fuck I'm doing. I'm doing exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not in danger. Ice Queen. Caution, danger in the reverse. Warning in the reverse. Because I healed. I'm a healer. They wasn't cautious with the healer. I'm speaking straight facts about how they didn't handle me with care. The fuck? Because they didn't want me to get my abundance. Because people was trying to figure out, if you knew who she was and what she was capable of doing for the family, why would you snake her? That's what people want to know. Why would you snake her? Why wouldn't you just give her what was hers and she would have shared it with y'all if she is who you say the fuck she is? If she'd all this, why would you have to snake her? She seemed like the person that'll just give to everybody. Everybody would have been cool. Nah. I can't exist. They can't function with me existing and coexisting with them on the same planet. They just can't take it. They need me gone for them to enjoy what they stole. I don't know. A relationship. What's the mature woman? Don't got no protection. Mature woman. She can't manifest something. She was the one sending the evil eye to cause endings to the divine being working with this player. So that's the mama. Healer. I was never obsessed with somebody. That was false information. What's the false information? A backwards ass Scorpio? Or that I was backwards, jealous and resentful, compulsive and obsessive? I'm not heavy on the not a Jezebelian and not obsessive. Not even in my personality traits. It was false information. Jealous and envious. So they wanted me to change and accept third parties. Jealous and envious. Or they was jealous and envious because they always got put in the third party. They was jealous and envious of how I'm rising. So they didn't want me to make it to my rendezvous point. They didn't want me to make it to my destined pathway. Or pathway in the reverse. Because I'm not a lust monkey. But I'm not a lust monkey. They didn't want me to make it to my path, but the only way to do that was to make me a lust monkey and crazy and sick. Rich guy. Who's this rich guy? This rich guy is not of high honor. He lost his gifts. He should have never did divination on the real one to try and alter me from my original course. That 10-year cycle is over. Whatever it is that these grandparents left me plenty of, I will be getting it. It is already mine. It's going to be coming back to its rightful owner. And these raggedy hoes, these booty bumping best friends, and these sexcapade, sex cult, sex magic using haters that's trying to cover up what they did, they're going to jail.